So I think we can get started as we continue accepting new and more participants into the room. Once again, good morning and welcome to all the STEAM majors, partners, colleagues to the first module of the Asia Pacific Mayors Academy for Sustainable Urban Development 2026 cohort. My name is Claudia Garcia, and I am the SDG localization focal point for Asia Pacific in UN Habitat, and it is my honor to be the master of ceremony for today's session. I will be guiding you throughout the program, throughout the day. We have an exciting program ahead of us, and we will be together until 2 p.m. Bangkok time, with a break, with a pause in the middle. Before starting with the opening remarks, I wanted to share some brief housekeeping rules. We welcome you to turn on your cameras. It's good to see each other's faces, either when you're speaking or throughout the session. We also ask you to please keep your mics muted if you're not speaking, and if by mistake any of the mics turns on, our teams will deactivate it to not disturb the session. This is supposed to be, as much as possible, an interactive session. We want to hear from you. We want to know who's in the room. So please feel free to introduce yourselves in the chat option. And at any point, do not hesitate to share your questions, your reflections in the chat. We will be monitoring it throughout the module. Finally, to facilitate everyone's identification, this is going to be a large meeting room. We ask you to please write the name of your city, of your organization in your name, so we can easily map which organizations we have with us. Throughout the session, we will have specific moments to get to know each other, including the partners of the Mayors Academy, as well as the cities, and we're really, really excited to get to know you. As you know, we are going to be together throughout in the coming months, so it's really excited to know who's going to be and who's part of this journey, let's say. But we will get there. We will get there. So right now, and without further ado, I will want to open the opening remarks, and it is my pleasure to hand over to Mr. Sangin Nam, Director of Environment and Development Division of ESCAP.
Good morning, good afternoon. On behalf of ESCAP, let me congratulate each of the mayors joining from 6 countries and also welcome you to the Asia Pacific Mayors Academy. This is the 7th cohort of the Academy, which represents a long history, and I want to thank our partners, UN Habitat, UN University Institute for Advanced Study of Sustainability, UCLG ASPA, and the Association of Pacific Rim Universities and IGES for collectively delivering this important initiative. As you may know, and as you may be informed, that this academy was created to support mayors in better understanding the role of cities in enhancing urban sustainability and to contribute to broad global agendas, including SDGs, Paris Agreement, and the new urban agenda. As you may also be familiar with the term think globally and act locally, which became a symbolic word for environmental action from 1990s. Many global goals I mentioned for sustainability cannot be realized without effective local action and without political leadership at the local level and without multiplying those actions globally. Also, equally, local actions cannot be well steered if they do not reflect global challenges, transitions, goals that we are currently observing. And mayors attending here, you are the best person know about the importance of local action and need to mobilize community to achieve a success and how local priorities can contribute to more broad objectives. And this academic faculty, we have faculty members from very diverse partner organizations. And also we have international experts. They are all here to assist you in developing your own initiatives and promoting sustainable urban solutions. Also, at this outset of a seventh quote, I would like to highlight one issue, which is climate change. Many of you are directly experiencing the climate change impact in your community. Meanwhile, you are also called upon to address ever increasing the demand for services and infrastructure and resources. Since all our mayors are joining from Southeast Asia and South Asia, during 2023-24, we have experienced extreme heat wave and temperature, and driven by El Nino. And there is now also expectation that this year we are going to experience a so-called super El Nino, which will bring again severe heat and drought and increase the high chance for the next year to be the warmest or hottest on the record. In this regard, cities have critical roles and unique opportunity to lead the fight against the climate change. So our ongoing urban sprawl drive up emissions and increase risks and vulnerability, but you are really well aware of the importance of well-planned urban development, which can capitalize on low carbon solutions and nature-based solutions that can lead to emission reductions and also enhance the resilience. So this academy will enhance your understanding of the paths that can enable your cities to become more sustainable and more livable. But certainly this requires your leadership, and so we warmly welcome your participation and active engagement throughout the academy. So as I mentioned earlier, so we are all here to help you and hope that you can really take advantage of this opportunity and this unique platform to interact with each other and share experience and develop sustainable solutions for your community. So I wish you all successful experience throughout this academy. Thank you.
Mr. Sangmin, thank you very much for these insightful words. It is just stressing the point that we are here, the Academy is here to assist you, dear mayors, in promoting sustainable urban solutions and in your efforts against climate change. Thank you very much for delivering this high-level statement. And I will now introduce the second welcome statement from Mrs. Kazuko Ishigaki, the Regional Director of UN Habitat Regional Office for Asia and the Pacific. Unfortunately, Mrs. Ishigaki is not able to join us today, but we have a video statement delivered by her.
Good morning, honorable mayors, distinguished professors, and colleagues and friends participating in the Asia-Pacific Mayors Academy. My name is Kazuko Ishigaki, a Regional Director for Asia-Pacific at UN Habitat. I extend a warm welcome to the 14 mayors joining us on this journey. This cohort reflects strong representation from the Philippines, alongside participation from India, Indonesia, Nepal, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. Notably, the high participation of female mayors marks an important step forward in a region where local leadership has traditionally been male-dominated. As mayors and city leaders, you are at the forefront of delivering essential public services such as education, health, transport, and social protection, and ensuring that no one is left behind. Your role is central to achieving the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Without local action, global commitments will not be achieved. Cities across Asia Pacific are undergoing rapid transformation. Our urban populations and density continue to grow. Intermediate and even new cities are emerging. And this is against the backdrop of a $1.7 trillion of infrastructure gap. Addressing this gap is critical not only for economic development, but also for reducing poverty and strengthening resilience to climate risks. The Asia Pacific Mayors Academy is designed as a practical platform to support you in navigating these challenges. I hope you will find it helpful to strengthen your leadership, provide actionable tools, and foster collaboration. Let me encourage all of you to share freely and openly among peers on the same journey. At the same time, let me appeal to you as we meet today to also cultivate new and diverse partnerships in your own cities. This academy is also about building relationships. The partnership and trust developed here among mayors, experts, and institutions are often what enable long-term transformation. I encourage you to engage openly, share your experiences, and learn from one another. At the same time, I encourage you to carry the spirit of collaboration back to your cities and communities, strengthening partnerships across sectors and levels of government. Finally, as we navigate an evolving multilateral context, your leadership is more important than ever. Let me applaud your commitment to public service and to advancing sustainable urban development. UN Habitat, together with its partners, remains fully committed to supporting your efforts and learning from your experiences. I'd also like to acknowledge the partners who make this academy possible. United Nations Economic and Social Commissions for Asia Pacific, United Cities and Local Governments Asia Pacific, Association of Public Rim Universities, United Nations University, and Institute for Global Environmental Strategies. Thank you very much for your immense contribution. Once again, a very warm welcome to the Academy. I wish you an impactful journey ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you also to Dr. Ishigaki for sharing this warm welcoming to the 14 mayors that are with us and that will be with us in this journey, and stressing this spirit of collaboration and partnerships here amongst each other, in between mayors, with experts, with different partnering organizations, but also bringing this spirit to your own communities and cities. Now I will pass the floor to also the STEAM partners that are part of this academy, starting with Dr. Bernardia Tiandradewi, Secretary General of United Cities and Local Governments Asia Pacific. Dr. Bernardia, over to you.
Thank you very much. Very good morning. Assalamualaikum, namaste, namaskar, magadang umaga. Hello, everyone. Welcome to this important Asia Pacific Mayors Academy. And first of all, let me say congratulations to all the mayors who have been selected to join these initiatives. This is a 7th batch that started in 2019. I also like to greet all the partners here. I don't need to mention everyone since it will take much time. But first, let me greet UNESCAP, UN Habitat, Asia Pacific Rim Universities, UNUIS, and IJES. And this is also quite interesting to know that this is first time we have more women mayors in the batch. So we really hope that this momentum continues in empowering women leaders in the region. And let me also take this opportunity to introduce UCLG ASPAC. I think most of you already heard about this organization. And the scope of our works include decentralized cooperation, advocacy, capacity building, training, research, and knowledge management and project development. And we have been working very closely with all the partners who present here. But we are also very proud to have some of our direct members as part of this cohort. I have seen Mayor Kendari, Lady Mayor, the first time the Kendari city has a woman mayor, and Kendari will be hosting executive bureau meeting next week. So I'm so excited in visiting Kendari. Also, we have Mayor from Makati City, welcome, and Viga Mayor, and of course many other mayors, indirect members of UCLG ASPAC. So in this academy, we emphasize the need to capacitate all the mayors. And this is why Asia Pacific Mayors Academy, since the beginning, have been, having a lot of mayors graduated from the batch. So with our partners here with us, we also customize the modules because we need to also cater your needs and priorities. So please be open what kind of knowledge, what kind of information, what kind of capacities that you really need. And I just gave you example in 2022. In 2020, when we introduced a first module on COVID-19 response and recovery, this also facilitated lessons learned from the pandemic and opportunities that arise from the crisis. So that's the reason also why we had a module on risk management and looking at the COVID-19. And this module has continued to evolve. And this year, we are taking also quite interesting topic, which is related to triple planetary crisis that we also been working with partners here, ESCAP and IJES. Look at how those three planetary crises, biodiversity loss, climate change, and pollutions can be tackled together. So this, and we know that the world is full of uncertainties, but it's very urgent for all the mayors that you're occupied with whatever global, how this global agenda need also to your local actions and to create your cities into much sustainable future and much sustainable cities. So without further ado, let me again welcome our mayors to this academy. And we hope you will have a very productive session, and we look forward also to having a good interaction with you. Thank you. Terima kasih. Salamat.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bernardia, for your warm welcoming to all the mayors and for stressing these important points on capacity building, on the need for local action to achieve the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. I will now hand the floor to Dr. Thomas Schneider, Chief Executive of the Asia Pacific Association of Pacific Rim Universities.
Yeah, thank you so much, Claudia. It is really a pleasure, distinguished mayors, partners, friends, and colleagues, to welcome you here to the 2026 Asia Pacific Mayors Academy. I also welcome the partners, the friends, and the colleagues. The Association of Pacific Rim Universities, or APRU, is honored to be a partner in this important initiative, working alongside ESCAP, UN Habitat, United Cities and Local Governments Asia Pacific, the Institute for Global Environmental Strategies, the United Nations University Institute for the Advanced Study of Sustainability, and all our university partners in supporting city leaders across this region. I would also like to express our sincere appreciation to UN ESCAP and UN Habitat for leading and managing this program. Now, it is a particular pleasure, of course, to welcome this year's cohort of 14 mayors from the Philippines, Indonesia, Nepal, Pakistan, India, and Sri Lanka to this program. Your participation demonstrates your strong commitment to shaping cities that are more sustainable, more inclusive, more resilient, and future-ready. Cities are where many of today's most urgent challenges are felt most directly, from climate risks and environmental stress to inequality, infrastructure pressures, and the impacts of recent global crises. However, cities are also where some of the most effective and innovative solutions can be developed and implemented through good leadership, sound planning, innovation, and of course, collaboration. And that is why initiatives such as the Asia-Pacific Mayors Academy are so important. They create space for city leaders to learn from one another, to engage with experts, and to build the knowledge and partnerships needed to turn ambitious goals into practical action. For APIU, this partnership reflects a core belief. Universities and city leaders have much to gain from working together. Research universities can contribute evidence-based insights, innovation, and interdisciplinary expertise, while mayors and local governments bring practical leadership to the table, policy experience, and a deep understanding of community needs. When these strengths come together, they can help advance meaningful urban solutions that are socially grounded, scalable, and responsive to the local realities. Over the next few months, you will be meeting and working closely with sustainable city experts from APIU member universities, including Dr. Jennifer Amparo and Dr. Edgar Rice from the University of the Philippines, Dr. Mohsen Mohammadzadeh and Dr. Elham Bahman Teimouri from the University of Auckland, Dr. Fernando Ortiz Moya from Waseda University, as well as other experts from partner organizations. They will offer well-curated lectures and discussions on topics such as inclusive urban and territorial planning, urban resilience and climate action, as well as digital transformation and smart cities. We are deeply grateful for their commitment. This year's Academy also marks an encouraging step forward in representation, with women making up more than half of the applicant pool for the first time. That is a welcome sign of growing diversity in local leadership across our region. Now, to all the mayors joining us today, thank you for your leadership and for investing your time in this academy. APIU is proud to support your learning journey and to be part of a growing network of leaders working toward more livable, equitable, and sustainable cities across the Asia-Pacific. Thank you very much, and I hope you have much fun and enjoy your journey. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Thomas, for your words, and we also extend our appreciation to the different experts that you have mentioned throughout the academy. Now moving to Professor Shinobu Yume Yamaguchi, Director of United Nations University Institute for Advanced Study of Sustainability.
Thank you, Madam Chair, and honorable mayors, distinguished academic partners, and esteemed colleagues. Good morning and good afternoon, everyone. And I am very happy to see the familiar faces and the new faces here gathering today. So this is my great pleasure to welcome you all to this first session of the 2026 Mayors Academy for the Sustainable Urban Development. We are very much proud to have you all as part of the Academy as we enter its 7th year of multiple collaboration among ESCAP, UN Habitat, UNU, UCLG, ASPAC, APRU, and the ISIS. This is really, really intertwined, the meaningful collaboration we have nourished over 7 years' time. So we really believe that the academy is vital in providing the mayors with much needed support to deliver on invaluable sustainable urban development objectives. The academy advances your effort in your cities that will make a real difference in the lives of people who are counting on you to build a better future. So I cannot agree more to all of the opening statement provided from our partners. So as we welcome you to the academy, I'd like to quickly highlight three the point to consider in shaping your initiatives here today. The first, climate actions. Okay, so the climate action will have the greatest impact in the cities because local leaders like you are the greening street to cool neighborhood, the managing urban waste sustainably, and mitigating flood. So you do have a multiple responsibility to make your cities function better. And these projects are not only about reducing emissions, but also about ensuring people to have the safe, stable, and future that we all deserve. So we really put our actions in a broader context. And in that context, you are the leading local action in your cities. So we need to learn from you how the climate solutions can raise the living standard and create greener, contributing to more resilient cities. So that is my first point. Second point, I have a quick question to all of you. So how many days, we're talking about the UN 2030 agenda, right? All cities really needs to contribute massively to make things happen. But how many days are left until the UN 2030 agenda deadline, which is the 31st of December, 2026? Anyone aware how many days? Do we have a luxury until the end of UN 2030 agenda? Anyone? It's actually 1,712 days, meaning less than 2,000 days. And our region, the Asian Pacific, unfortunately, is not on a track to achieve any of the 17 SDG goals. And at the current pace, amazingly, 88% of the target will be missed in the Asian Pacific. So our progress, unfortunately, has been derailed by the convergence of the crisis from climate shocks and conflict to the economic volatility and deepening the inequalities. So we all know that our collective success in achieving SDG depends on widespread and effective actions in every single cities and regions. So we need to really leverage the ideas and partnerships of cities and communities and businesses and investors and academia and civil society, and definitely the involvement of the youth. Lastly, back in October last year, our UN Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, in his message for the World City Day, reminded us the impact of the technology in our daily life. So digital tools can improve the basic services and strengthen the resilience and create greener spaces for all. However, at the same time, innovation must close gaps, not widen them. And the cities are the engines for the opportunities, I believe. So when we place people at the center as the co-creators of the sustainable urban future, the digital innovation can help to drive fairness and sustainability for all of us. So my message here, that without this people-centered design, we do risk magnifying inequality and denying the future generations to have a better urban future. So this is one of the messages I really want you to keep it in your mind when you go through all the sessions that are coming ahead. So, dear mayors, over the course of the academy, you will have an opportunity first to deepen your knowledge on a sustainable urban development, and two, to exchange the best practices and lessons learned, and three, to strengthen the collaboration with each other. So I really encourage you to take further advantage of these opportunities and resources, and I do hope that our shared goal would promote the transitions of our urban landscape into the places of greater opportunity, equity, and the joy for all of our citizens. So I wish you the productive session with constructive discussion, creating meaningful connections. Thank you very much, everyone, for your attention, and please enjoy the sessions. Back to you, Madam Chair.
Thank you very much, Professor Yamaguchi, for your words. Thank you for urging us less than 2,000 days until the 2030 deadline. This will only make us work more together and strengthen our collaboration. Thank you for reminding us that this is time bound, and also for highlighting how cities are the places for innovation, and how innovation needs to be used for closing gaps rather than for enlarging or making those gaps bigger. Thank you. And last but not least, we are moving now to our last partner from the Academy, Mrs. Yatsuka Kataoka, Program Director of City Task Force from the Institute for Global Environment Strategies.
Okay, thank you very much, Claudia. So, honorable mayors, distinguished guests, and all partners of the Asia Pacific Mayors Academy, especially ESCAP, UN Habitat, ESCAP, APOF, UNUIAS. On behalf of the Institute for Global Environment Strategy, or IGES, I welcome all mayors of the 7th cohort of the Mayors Academy. We all welcome all of you. Distinguished mayors, you are leading change where it matters most in your cities, where policies meet people's daily lives and where results must be delivered. Today, the global focus is clear. It's no longer only about setting policies and goals, and it's about implementation. Cities are at the center of this effort, and the challenge you face, such as climate change, environmental degradation, urbanization, inequality, are deeply interconnected. This means solutions must also be integrated, practical, and scalable. This academy is a space to do exactly that, to learn from each other, to exchange what works, and to shape actions you can take back to your cities. IGES is proud to support this initiative. We are working with partners here today to achieve approaches that connect climate action and sustainable developing goals, SDGs, including through regional works on climate SDG synergies and voluntary local reviews, or VLRs. Our shared goal is simple: to move from ideas to implementation, and from individual efforts to real collective impact. We encourage you to engage freely and to turn what you gain here into concrete actions. We look forward to working with you to accelerate progress and build cities that thrive with both people and nature. Let us move forward together with clarity, determination, and strong focus on action. Thank you very much, and I wish you to a productive and inspiring academy. Thank you very much. Back to you. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much to all of you for your words, for officially opening this year's academy, and we look forward to engaging with all of you as the academy progresses and advances. For some of the mayors, this might be the first time perhaps interacting with some of these organizations. So I think that this welcoming helps in understanding what each of us does, and also how we can contribute to your mandates and to make sustainable urbanization a reality in your territories. So once again, thank you. And now from the Academy partners, we are going to pass to getting to know the mayors that are part of this cohort. And we are really excited to know who you are. And for that, I will co-moderate this segment with Mr. Cart Garrigan, Chief of Sustainable Urban Development Section, Environment and Sustainable and Development Division from ESCAP. So now passing the floor to Cart to start with this segment.
Thank you very much, Claudia, and thank you to the partners for the warm greetings. Honorable Mayors, this is, I think, so far the most important section of this session, where we get to hear a little bit about each of you. But before we do, I just wanted to introduce overall the general class. So if we can go to the next slide. We have among this cohort now 14 mayors, as you've heard, representing about 4 million citizens across 6 different countries. Your cities vary in population. There's about half of the cities that are represented are over 100,000 population. About 36% are actually less than 50% or 50,000 population. And the rest somewhere in between. It's not just the large cities that this program seeks to help. Some of the more important and significant challenges are actually occurring in some of the smaller communities, especially across Asia and Pacific. About 80% of you are in your first terms, and there are about 20% of you who are fortunate to have been either reelected or reappointed into your second terms. And as has already been highlighted, for the first time in 7 years, the cohort is a majority of women mayors. You've also identified a number of common themes in your initiatives or early initiatives, including climate resilience, waste management, data-driven governance and smart city systems, integrated urban planning, and participatory governance. And you'll develop those initiatives over the course of the Academy. And you'll hear more from a couple of alumni mayors very shortly on their experiences. They'll share their experiences in some of those same thematic areas and how they've used the Academy to further develop their initiative. But let's go ahead and get started with introducing the first group of mayors. And as your pictures come up, we'll ask each of you to turn your cameras on. So we would invite Mayor Giri, Mayor Arif, and Mayor Trenas to turn your cameras on. And we'll introduce each of you one by one. So Mayor Giri from Bangkok Rural Municipality in Nepal. You've been in office, I think, since May of 2022, and you're one of the smaller municipalities in this academy with about 22,000 residents. Very briefly, within about a minute or so or less, share with us a little bit about your community and why you wanted to come through the academy.
Warm greeting and namaste to all. I am sincerely thankful for selecting me for such a prestigious platform, the Asia Pacific Mayor Academy. I am honored and deeply grateful to all the organization institutions for this opportunity. My name is Bir Bahadur Giri. I am the chairperson of Barakut Rural Municipality in Karnali Province of Himalayan country, Nepal. Barakut is a remote and mountainous rural municipality with about 22,000 people living in 9 wards. Our settlements are scarce, roads are mostly seasonal, and access is difficult. After the 2023 Jajarkot earthquake, many families are still living in temporary and unsafe shelters. Even with these challenges, we are committed to building a safe, healthy, and sustainable Baragut. The main priorities of our municipality are poverty reduction, job creation, and improving access to basic services such as drinking water, electricity, health, and education. I joined the Asia Pacific Mayors Academy to learn from other mayors and executives who are facing similar challenges. I want to learn more about sustainable city and settlement planning, safe housing reconstruction, climate resilience, land use planning, and effective local governance. The knowledge from this academy will help me make better plans and decisions for Barakut, support safer and more organized settlements, and improve the quality of life for poor and vulnerable communities. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mayor. You represent an earthquake-prone and landslide facing municipality. So certainly disaster risks are one of the areas that hopefully the Academy will help you to address. We'll move next to Mayor Arsalan Arif from Central Orakzai, Pakistan. Mayor, I think you're in your first term as well, elected in July of 2023. You represent about 150,000 people. Again, very briefly, if you would, introduce yourself and what you expect to get out of the Academy on a very informal basis, please.
Yeah, good morning, respected colleagues and distinguished participants. So my name is Arslan Arif and I serve as the Mayor of Central Orakzai in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Pakistan. Central Orakzai is a mountainous tribal district that has gone through a long and difficult history. For many years, our people lived under conflict, displacement, and limited state presence. Only recently, after the merger of the former tribal areas into the mainstream administrative system of Pakistan, we have begun the process of establishing formal local governance structures. But despite these challenges, our people are resilient, they have strong community bonds, a deep sense of identity, and a growing desire for progress. As mayor, my focus is very practical and people centered. We are working to introduce basic municipal services to strengthen participatory governance. Before entering public office, I worked closely with communities in areas such as social protection, governance facilitation, and environmental awareness. So I joined the Asia Pacific Mayors Academy with a clear purpose to learn from the experiences of other city leaders and to strengthen my technical and leadership capacities and to develop a practical initiative that can respond to the unique needs of a post-conflict transitioning region like mine. And I believe that while our context may be challenging, but it also offers an opportunity to design development models that are inclusive, resilient, and locally grounded. So I look forward to learning from all of you and sharing perspectives from Central Oregon. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayor. And you bring obviously some unique challenges to the Academy that we may or have not faced before or addressed before. So we look forward to hearing from you and learning as much from you as hopefully you'll learn from the Academy. Next, we'll move to Mayor Asa Treñas from Iloilo, Philippines. Mayor, I think you come from a family of dedicated public servants who have been very active in your city. This is your first term, elected last June, I believe, and you represent about 470,000 people. Over to you on a little bit about Iloilo and your motivation for being in the Academy.
Yes, good day, everyone. I am Mayor Isa Treñas of Iloilo City, Philippines. And I am very grateful to be here with our fellow leaders who share the same commitment to serving our communities. Being the first elected woman mayor last May 2025 to lead our city is both an honor and responsibility I carry each day. It reminds me to lead with compassion, to listen to our people, and to always focus on programs that create meaningful and lasting change. In Iloilo City, our priorities are centered on people. We continue to strengthen healthcare and social services to ensure inclusivity, invest in education and youth development, and support small businesses and local entrepreneurs to keep our economy growing. Yes, earlier you said that I came from a family of politicians, and my father, who was a former mayor, his thesis for the mayor's Asia Pacific Mayor's Academy is the city hospital, which we are now constructing. And that is part of the programs that are priority programs that we are doing right now here in Iloilo City. We are also committed to sustainable development, improving infrastructure, protecting our environment, and building a city that is resilient for the future generations. At the heart of these are a commitment to good governance, accountability, and transparency, and active citizen engagement. I chose to join Mayor's Academy because I believe that leadership is a continuous learning journey. No matter how much we achieve in our cities, there is always more to learn from the experiences, innovations, and perspective of others. I wanted to be part of a space where we can exchange ideas, challenge ourselves, and grow together as leaders. I'm here to learn, to share, and to collaborate. Thank you, and I look forward to meaningful discussions with all of you.
Thank you very much, Mayor, and it's a great spirit to bring into the Academy. So we welcome you and look forward to working with you. Let me turn over the next introductions back to Claudia.
Thank you. And the next round of introduction is for Mayors Mrs. Siska Karina Imran, Mrs. Maria Lourdes Nancy Binay, and Mr. Rinsat Ahmed. So we welcome you and encourage you to open your cameras. And I will start with Mayor Siska Karina Imran. And I would like to ask, what are the priorities of Kendari, and what was your motivation to join the Academy? Over to you, Mayor.
Thank you so much. Hello, everyone. Hello, everyone.
Hello, can you hear us well?
Yes, I'm here.
Great. Yes, we can hear you and see you perfectly.
Good afternoon, everyone. Greetings from Kendari. My introduce. My name is Siska Karina Imran, Mayor of the Kendari City, Indonesia. At a glance, Kendari is the capital city of Southeast Sulawesi province. It is situated by the 375,000 people. And then about my motivation join in the Asia Pacific Mayors Academy. As mayor of Kendari City, I see the Asia Pacific Mayors Academy of a strategic platform to strengthen, to strengthen my capacity to lead a rapidly growing coastal city facing complex urban challenge. Kendari is at a critical transition point where urbanization, climate risk, waste management, and infrastructure demands are increasing while fiscal and institutional capacities remain constrained. I'm motivated to translate global knowledge into practical, locally adapted policies that improve people's daily lives, especially in areas such as integrated waste management, clean water provision, and sustainable urban farming. And then, top 5 priorities of the Kendari city as follows. 1, development of city infrastructure and waste management. 2, strengthening public service and development of facilities supporting economic growth. And then development of social and education infrastructure and facilities. And then strengthening health service for the citizen. And then community community empowerment and poverty eradication. Thank you so much for the have joined me in the Asia Pacific Mayors Academy, special Ibu Bernadia, and then I want to learn how to move from high level SDGs commitment into concrete action, particularly in waste management, drinking water system, integrated urban planning, and climate resilience, strengthening governance and public service, as well as community engagement and behavioral change. Thank you so much. I'm sorry for the not interest my presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Mayor Siska, for the introduction. We take note of your interests. We also saw them in your application, so we hope to share more insights and innovation concerning the various urban development topics that you have mentioned. And it's a real honor to have you with us in this academy. Thank you very much. And thank you. So moving to the next one, it's now the turn of Maria Lourdes Nancy Binay, Mayor of Makati City.
And you?
Over to you.
Okay. Mabuhay at magandang tanghali. Good afternoon to all of you. I am Mayor Nancy Binay of Makati City, Philippines. It is an honor to join this year's academy and to learn alongside fellow leaders from across the region. Makati is a highly urbanized city and a major financial and economic hub with a nighttime population of around 300,000 that expands more than eightfold during the day. As mayor, my priority is to ensure that this growth remains inclusive, resilient, and sustainable. My motivation for joining the academy stems from the need to continuously evolve as a city. While Makati is relatively resource rich, we face complex urban challenges, from rapid urbanization and climate risks to delivering efficient services in a dense environment. I am particularly interested in strengthening sustainable governance and climate action while advancing both data driven and foresight based decision making, integrating future thinking to better anticipate emerging challenges and shape long-term solutions. Our city focuses on 5 key priorities: social protection and healthcare, housing and livable communities, inclusive economic growth, climate resilience, and environmental sustainability. Through this academy, I hope to gain practical insights from global experiences and fellow mayors on translating global frameworks into effective local action. Maraming salamat, and I am excited to learn with all of you.
Thank you, and welcome, Mayor, to the cohort. Thank you very much for your introductory words. And perhaps moving to the third one of this round, we have Mayor Mohammed Farooq Rinsad Ahmed, Mayor of Puttalam, Sri Lanka. The floor is yours, Mayor.
Good morning, everyone, including the organizers and the honorable mayors from many cities over the Asia Pacific. I'm Rinsad Ahmed, the mayor of the Puttalam Municipal Council, and also I'm an engineer by profession and an MBA and an entrepreneur. And I'm the first mayor of the newly upgraded Municipal Council of Puttalam. I'm representing the ruling National People's Power Party, and I'm a technology-driven leader and community builder. Puttalam Municipal Council is a city hosting nearly 100,000 people. It's a strategic hub which is connecting the Colombo, and Kalpiti, Anuradhapura, Vilpattu, and it remains as a tourism hub and a coastal city. And there is a rapid urbanization happening within the city, which leads to infrastructure challenges. And we have a strong youth population and economic potential. My focus as the mayor is to modern municipal infrastructure development, digital governance, and smart services introduction, and youth engagement and sports development and sustainable urban management. Through the Mayor's Academy, I am looking forward to learn global best practices, strengthen leadership and governance skills, build international partnerships, share and scale innovative ideas. Finally, a visionary leader bridging technology, governance, and community development. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mayor. And the point on the youth engagement and how a priority it is also well noted, and we are sure that this is cross-cutting and across other territories as well. So welcome on board, and we look forward to engaging with you in future sessions. Thank you to the three of you for these introductions. I will hand over now to Cart to continue.
Thank you very much, Claudia, and thanks to the first group of mayors who have introduced themselves. We're going to take a little bit of a diversion before the introduction of the remaining mayors in the class, and hear a little bit from 2 alumni mayors, 2 mayors who have come through the academy in previous classes, and they're here to share their experiences with you. You see the first one is Mayor Suzette Mamon. Some of you may know her from Badiangon, Iloilo, Philippines. And from Kampang Chenang in Cambodia, Mayor Hing Horminya. If you would just both turn on your camera, we'd like to just welcome you back to the Academy. One of the mayors in the very first cohort of the Academy back in 2019 said, once you're a member of the Academy, you're always a member of the Academy. And we always welcome back alumni to share their experiences with the new class, so that they have some understanding of how the Academy has been helpful to past mayors, how you've used the expertise and the feedback from Academy partners in developing and implementing some of your initiatives. So Mayor Memon, let's start with you. If you would just very briefly share your experience in the Academy. Your initiative was on digitalization, as I recall. And if you could share with us how you've implemented some of your solutions. I think you're muted.
Yes, good day, everyone. And to my fellow mayors, very especially from the Philippines. Yes, Mayor Raisa is here. Iloilo City. And of course, thank you very much for the opportunity. Academy localization, which is very important, and which is part of programs of our plan in the inclusive governance, such that no one is left behind. So we also integrated the same in our strategic planning, that all sectors should be reached out and all sectors should be attended to upon. Another thing, of course, resilience. With respect to
Excuse me, Mayor, your audio is cutting in and out. If maybe you could just...
Not only... Yes. Yeah.
Your audio is
hello?
cutting in and out.
Yes. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. Am I now connected? Is it okay?
Yes, we can hear you now. Yes, please proceed.
Okay. So I'll just like to continue, as I've said, with respect to resiliency, because we must have the governance that we can implement our bars in the locality. Likewise, it is important thesis, the mayor's actually the digitization, which we are now having the implementation. And this has helped a lot my municipality.
Okay. Mayor, you're cutting out again. Maybe if you could share a little bit in the chat on your experience in the Academy and how you've deployed some of the knowledge that you learned directly into the chat, and share that with the class. Let me move now to Mayor Hing from Kampong Chhnang. As I recall, your initiative was on zero waste transitions. And as you heard earlier, there are a number of mayors in the current class who have also identified waste management as one of their priorities. So if you would share your experience.
Yes, thank you so much, Kurt. Good afternoon, everybody. Distinguished guests, leader, and also all the mayors who joined this academy. My name is Hin Phom Ni. I'm from Cambodia. I have joined this academy last year, and I have learned a lot. And this is my opportunity to share about my experience and also what I can apply the theory into the practical work. Today, I want to share 5 key reflections that I take away and how I apply learning and how to help me to address challenge and the connection that I maintain, and also my advice for you and the class for 2026. The first one as what I take away as a mayor and also my personally. As a mayor, the academy strengthened my understanding about the regional trend, global agenda, and also the urban transformation pathway. I learned how to move beyond abstract goal and also into SDG localization by adapting goal and strategy to my specific local content and priority, and also need and challenge. This is not about copying others, but it's about the coordinating policy, plan, and action that fit to Kampong Chhnang City. What we learn about the theory is just a theory, but we have to apply it, what it fit into our situation as well. Personally, again, confident to transform my city into smart city by not just using a technology for its own, but intelligently. I learned sustainable budget planning and how to design projects that attract future investment capital. The academy taught me that the smart city start with a smart and prepare measure. So we have to prepare everything in plan for our future. And how can I apply this theory into my workplace? I start to develop and launch solid waste management platform. After I study in this academy, I found there are three key actors that we should consider. The first one is about the customer, the second one is about the supplier, and the third one is about our authority. I mean about all the measures to consider is about our duty. We have to coordinate these two actors between the supplier and the customer. The supplier, they prefer an investment, but the customer, they prefer the better service for the citizen. So we have to coordinate and we set up a solid waste management platform to coordinate between supplier and customer. And now we deploy this system, so our city is cleaner and cleaner, and we hope that in the future we'll become a better place to stay, and we can be one of the smart city in our region, in Cambodia, and also our region. And how the academy helped me to address the challenge in my municipality. Before the academy, the solid waste management is persistent, messy challenge, which literally and figuratively, we have no integrated system. We don't have an integrated system in our city. So after training, I understand how to use the platform as the government told. The academy gave me the framework to plan, monitor, and promote a good governance through technology. We are now turned a chronic problem into the model project for other Cambodia city as well. So we turn the normal system into the technology to follow up the supplier and also the customer as well. When we got a complaint from the citizen, we can check everything about the system, because all the track and all the system is we're using technology to control. The challenge of waste is become an opportunity for innovation. So I think many cities face the problems about the waste management. I think that we should initiate a new system for the other municipality that they need it. I can share my experience for detail indirectly. To maintain connection and also collaboration is really important. After I joined this academy, it's really important to maintain our connection with other major. It's really important. We can share our idea and also experience, and the challenge is always up there, and we can discuss with other major that join this academy. So this platform, this academy is really important for me, that I can learn from other major and also share my experience as well. Last but not least, build your relationship is really important. The certificate is expired in memory, but the network you build here will save you a year for struggle. It's really important for me, as I mentioned right now, the relationship between all the guest speaker and also all the major that join this academy is really important. And it is my honor here to share my experience and to join with you all for the 2026 academy. And I hope that I can learn something new from all of you, and I can share something about what I did in the academy and also my project that I initiate in my city as well. Thank you so much, everybody, and looking forward to see what you and the class of 2026 will build. Thank you so much, Kurt, for inviting me to join this session.
Thank you very much, Mayor Hing. And thank you especially for highlighting the importance of collaboration and the networking among the mayors in the cohort and the experience that you gathered as much from your classmates as from the experts. Mayor Suzette, can you hear me okay? So I was
Yes,
going
Kurt.
to ask, you if you could put, if you had one piece of advice for the class coming through this year, what would that be? I noticed you were in the 2023 class, and you were reelected in 2025. I don't know if those two are connected, but I think hopefully they are. Would
Yeah.
you, how would you advise the class to move forward with their initiatives following their experience in the academy?
Well, for myself, I have a very meaningful experience. I am enjoying the journey with the academy. It has actually strengthened my will to serve more for the community. And with the various collaborations that the academy had, globally and locally, we can likewise adapt some things, some inputs, customize the same, and implement. Most important thing is that the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals that we are aiming to, we will be able to cascade the same locally and strengthen our ties with the community, which is very important.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Let me just ask the cohort, the class, if there are any questions that you may have for either Mayor Suzette or Mayor Hing. If not, you may see them again in the future as peer reviewers or experts who return to provide feedback for your own initiatives over the course of this class. So mayors, thank you very much for joining us again and welcome back. And we hope to see you again. We understand if you'll have to leave now to get back to your duties. But again, thank you very much. And it's been a pleasure to have you back as alumni.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, so we will return now to the introductions of the rest of the class. And we have with us the following four mayors, all from the Philippines: Mayor Gonzalez, Mayor Senar, Mayor Singson, and Mayor Tuplano. And we'll start with Mayor Gonzalez from Pilar, Philippines, please.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello, yes, good afternoon, everyone. I am Jessa C. Gonzalez, the municipal mayor of our beloved Pilar, Siargao Island, Surigao del Norte. My journey in public service stems from a heartfelt love for our community and a sincere desire to see each family in Pilar flourish. Before serving as mayor, I was vice mayor, where I learned that true leadership is about listening, being present, and acting where it most needed. I hold a deep belief in servant leadership, whether it's strengthening or disaster preparedness through initiatives like the Pilar Rescue Olympics or collaborating with national agencies to bring better social services closer to our families. My heart is set on making Pilar a more resilient, empowered, and caring community. For me, being a mayor, or as many Pilarnons affectionately call me Mayor Just the Best, is more than just a title. It's a heartfelt commitment to partnering with you in creating a brighter, more hopeful future for Pilar. Together, with compassion and dedication, We proved that even a small town can achieve remarkable things. Thank you, everyone.
Card, you're muted.
Thank you very much, Mayor Gonzalez, and we look forward to hearing more about the municipality of Pilar over the course of the academy. Welcome. We'll move next to Mayor Sinar from Magarao, Philippines. Your motivation for joining the academy and what is unique about your city.
Diyos Marahay na Aldaw, mabuhay. I'm MM Sanyar, the Municipal Mayor of Magarao. Magarao is a small town in the province of Camarines Sur. We are located in the southern part of Luzon, Philippines. And with only around 28,000 people across the 15 barangays, Magarao is a small, neat community. In Magarao, our priorities are centered on our people, mainly on improving basic services and promoting inclusive economic growth, making sure that development reaches every barangay. We're also working on enhancing on disaster resilience, which is very important for us given our vulnerability to natural hazards. And through this academy, I expect to learn from everyone's experiences, insights, and best practices, especially on how we can lead more effectively and sustainably. It's a pleasure to be here with all the fellow leaders from across the Asia-Pacific region. Thank you, and I'm very excited to learn together with everyone. Maraming salamat.
Thank you so much. And again, very unique challenges in the smaller community. So we look forward again to sharing your experience and helping you with your initiative. Move now to Mayor Singson from Vigan, Philippines. And you're a UNESCO listed heritage city, as I understand. If you would share a little bit about your community and what your priority is. Can we move to Mayor Tuplano from Viga? Mayor, are you with us?
Yes, yes, sir, I'm here.
Yes,
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
you were also elected in June of 2025.
Yes, sir.
Representing a city of about 21,000. And I know you're focused on basic service delivery and public welfare. Show us a little bit about your community and what you hope to get out of the academy, please.
Yes, sir. Hello, I'm Mayor Jennifer Toplano of the Municipality of Viga, Catanduanes, Philippines. It is truly an honor to be part of the 2026 Asia Pacific Mayors Academy and to learn alongside fellow local leaders from different countries who share the same passion for public service and community development. My motivation for joining this academy comes from my strong belief that leadership should always continue learning. The challenges we face today, climate change, economic recovery, digital transformation, and social inclusion, require fresh ideas and innovative solutions. As mayors, we need to grow with the times, and I see this academy as a valuable opportunity to gain new knowledge, practical strategies, and global perspectives that can help improve governance in our communities. In our municipality of Viga, my priorities are focused on sustainable development and improving the quality of life of our people. We aim to strengthen local livelihood opportunities, especially in agriculture, because we are agriculture town in our 11 municipalities in Catanduanes, and small enterprises, and improve infrastructure and public services, promote disaster resilience as an island community, and invest more in education, youth development, and healthcare. We also want to continue building a transparent, responsive, and people-centered local government. And I think through this academy, I hope to learn best practices from other cities and municipalities, especially in smart governance, climate adaptation, local economic development, and citizen engagement. I am also looking forward to exchange experiences, building partnerships, networking, and discovering ideas that can be adapted to our realities of Viga. At the end of this journey, I hope to return home not only with a new knowledge, but renewed inspiration to serve our people better and create a stronger, more resilient, and more progressive town, Viga Catanduanes. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayor. We look forward to hearing more about your town through the academy.
Yes.
Let me turn it back over to Claudia for the introduction of the last group. We seem to have lost connection with Mayor Singson, so hopefully he'll come back. Otherwise, we'll introduce him at a later time. Claudia, back to
Thank
you.
you, Cart, and welcome and congratulations to the mayors who just introduced themselves. We are moving with the last group with mayors from La Paz, Chandigarh, Lapu-Lapu, and Bakur. So starting with Mrs. Bernos from La Paz, Philippines.
Naimbag ng aldaw. Good day, everyone. My apologies for not opening my camera. I'm currently in an upland community and my connection is unstable. I get disconnected when I open my cam. So I am Nina, Daniel or Nina, a first-term mayor from La Paz, Abra, Philippines. We are a landlocked municipality from the Cordillera Administrative Region. My motivation to join comes from a firm belief that local leadership is the most effective vehicle for sustainable development. I am excited to be a part of the academy to connect with a network of colleagues who navigate similar complexities. I also want to shout out to my colleagues at the League of Municipalities of the Philippines. Mayor Suzette Mamon was here earlier. Because while our challenges in La Paz are local, their solutions often benefit from a global perspective. So our current roadmap for La Paz is centered on agricultural modernization and sustainability because we are an agricultural hub. Our priority is increasing the productivity of our farmers through climate resilient technology and better access to value-added markets. We are also committed to digital transformation and governance because we want to veer away from traditional leadership and go to future-ready leadership. I expect the academy to provide an environment where theoretical frameworks meet practical application. I would like to gain insights into sustainable land use models that can be adapted to a municipality of our scale. I would also like to explore diverse funding mechanisms beyond traditional tax collection and internal revenue allotments. And of course, to build lasting partnerships with other Asia-Pacific leaders. So that's all for me. Agyaman na kayo amin. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mayor Bernos. And we are really also interested in learning from your experience on this innovation in governance. So we hope to be a two-way learning and discussion. I see for the next one, Mayor Joshi from Chandigarh, India. That isn't a political meeting, but if another representative from the municipality would like to come in share which are some of the unique features of the municipality and the expected learnings from the academy, you're also very welcome.
Yes, good morning to all of you. I'm Dr. Vivek Trivedi in the office of Mayor Chandigarh, and I've just shared that he is in a political meeting. Our president of the country is visiting the city, so he is caught up there. So as far as Chandigarh is concerned, Chandigarh is one of the first planned city in the country after the independence of the country, and it is landlocked country, and it is directly governed by the Union Government of India. So Chandigarh is having one municipality, that is Chandigarh Corporation, and besides this, Chandigarh administration is looking after all the affairs of the city, and Municipal Corporation Chandigarh, with mayor as the first citizen of the Chandigarh, is leading the office for 1 year. So in Chandigarh, the office of mayor, the tenure of the office is for 1 year. So in 5 years, we have 5 mayors, and the issues which surrounds the city is the urban issues right now. And the most prominent issue is the solid waste management, which the municipality is dealing with. And besides this, gradually urban flooding is another problem which the city is facing after certain years. So the corporation is looking after the affairs of all the SDG, particular SDG 11 sustainable cities and communities, and the office is addressing the concerns with the 2 other satellite cities besides Chandigarh, like Panchkula and Mohali. So this is Tri-City. So we have the large influx of the burden from other cities to Chandigarh, which attracts the livelihood opportunity. So the people are visiting, and the Chandigarh is having a thirst on the pressure from other cities. So this is how the major concern of our mayor is to address the sustainability issue, and he is on this. And when he will join, so he will convey his intent and his vision on his own. So thank you, Claudia.
Thank you very much for still presenting some of the challenges as well as priorities for Chandigarh, and we totally understand that the mayor is in a political meeting, and must be an important moment for the municipality with the president visiting. So thank you for stepping in, and we look forward to collaborating with the mayor, with you in the upcoming modules.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Moving to the next one, we have Mayor Cynthia Chan from Lapu-Lapu Municipality, which I was told that might be having some troubles in connecting, so just double checking if she was able to connect.
No, unfortunately, she's still facing some difficulties. Hopefully, she will join soon. Maybe we can introduce her later.
Excellent. Thank you. I see a hand up from Jeremiah. Just checking if it's no, doesn't seem that it was okay. I think it was a mistake. So then moving to the last mayors for now, and we will welcome the 2 mayors that were not able to present themselves if they join later on. But for Mayor Mr. Strike Revilla from Bacoor, Philippines, we have a video statement which is being shared now.
Mabuhay from the city of Bacoor, the marching band capital of the Philippines. I am Strike B. Revilla. I am grateful for the opportunity to be a part of the Asia Pacific Mayors Academy for Sustainable Urban Development 2026. Having been a public servant in the Philippines for 31 years, starting off as municipal councilor, provincial board member of Cavite, 3-term mayor, congressman, and a deputy speaker in the 18th Congress, and back to being city mayor since 2022. I am aware of the challenges in the various areas of our everyday life. That's why the city of Bacoor prioritizes strategic urban planning, climate-responsive infrastructure, solid waste management, provisions of adequate housing for vulnerable communities, including informal settlers' families affected by ongoing national and local development projects. Disaster resilient and improving the delivery of basic services for our fellow Bacoreños. And through this class, I aim to deepen my knowledge of innovative urban solutions, sustainable housing strategies, and best practices in governance to ensure that development remains people-centered. I also look forward to engaging with fellow city leaders across the Asia-Pacific region to exchange insights, foster partnerships, and bring home practical and timely approaches that will further enhance Bacoor's trajectory towards a more sustainable, livable, and future-ready city. Because, as what our motto says, dapat sa Bacoor at home ka dito. And again, thank you very much and a pleasant day to all.
Thank you very much to the mayor for sharing these very concise remarks with the priorities, as well as with the learning outcomes, learning benefits emerging from the academy. So with this, once again, a very warm welcome to all of you. We have seen and we're seeing a diversity, but also some common trends across the different mayors and some similarities, and we are sure that throughout the course, throughout the academy, you will be able to exchange with each other and learn from the good practices as well as the challenges that you are all experiencing in your cities, municipalities, and with your communities. With that, as we have already presented the alumni session, we can proceed with the group photo. So for those who are still with us, this can be a great moment to turn on your cameras, as we would like to take a picture with all of you within this first session. I think colleagues from the technical room will take the photo. So just big smile, and they can let us know when it's ready. Ludovica, Kanda, colleagues.
Thank you, everyone. We will take the photo now. So I will count down to 3, 2, 1. Cheese. Second. We will take a second one. 3, 2, 1. Okay. Thank you so much. Photo taken will be shared.
Thank you very much for taking the photo and everyone for turning on your cameras. We will share the picture with you. And after this, I hand over to Kurt once again to guide us through the academy structure.
Thank you very much, Claudia. And I know we have a break coming up. We're a little bit over time, so I'll go through this rather quickly, because I think all of you, if you decided to join the academy, know a little bit about the objectives, and you've heard some of that also from partners. So the introduction to the academy, the overall goal, as you heard, is really to strengthen leadership for implementation of sustainable urban development or sustainable urban solutions across Asia-Pacific cities. And you'll hear a little bit more later about the curriculum and the policy recommendations that support that. Next slide, please. So we really focus on what are some of the tools, strategies, and models to strengthen city planning and management approaches. We don't expect any mayor coming through the academy to become a climate expert or to become an urban planning expert or the curriculum that's developed, the fostering exchange and the peer learning and cooperation among the class and with experts across the region, so that you get a big picture idea of sustainable urban development, some of the solutions, and the approaches that the partners recommend. And it's really about identifying sustainable development pathways for your community, and the innovative solutions that you as individuals want to bring through the academy. Next slide. We do that through a series of modules. Today is the first module, and this is really about cities in 2030 and the global development agendas, planning and managing for sustainable urban development. As you heard earlier, we introduced a module during the COVID crisis, and that has since evolved to navigating multi-crises context. And we know over the course of history that either economic crises, environmental crises, or natural disasters, health and pandemics, or financial crisis, whatever the crisis is, they disproportionately affect cities in this region. And so how you navigate through those potential crises or the intersection of different crises is important, and that will be the focus of the next module. Module 3 through 6 are what I would call the core of the program. And it's really about urban and territorial planning as the foundation, building urban resilience and reducing risk. And as you heard from one of the partners, really managing future risks. The third is about leveraging digital innovations and digital transformations, not just deploying smart city solutions or through a particular app, but really looking at the overall potential for cities in this region to leverage digital innovations to become smart. And then the final module is about finance, which is always the key to implementing the solutions. So we say, and this was in one of our previous publications with ESCAP and UN Habitat, a sustainable future occurs when planning lays a foundation, resilience guards against future risk, smart cities deploy the best technology for the job, and financing tools help pay for it all. Next slide, please. So the schedule, as has been previously shared with you for those 6 modules, goes through September. We are here at April 28th, and we try to schedule the modules every 2 weeks and at the same time so that they can become recurrent calendars, recurrent in your calendars. The times are here, but we will also communicate the modules well in advance and share with you the preparation materials. Next slide. Graduation ceremony will determine a location and a venue for that, so there'll be more information coming on that. Again, the expectations here, we focus on leadership and strategy. Again, it's not about creating climate experts or finance experts. It's what you as mayors can do within your communities. Sometimes it's about identifying expertise. Sometimes it's about identifying data and information that you need to make a decision. And a lot of what we will focus on is multi-stakeholder engagement, how to mobilize your community in support of sustainable urban solutions. We do this through case studies and simulation-based learning, and you'll be introduced to that later this session. We have academic and practitioner instructors from the Association of Pacific Rim Universities, as previously introduced, and you'll hear from academic partners who lead each of those modules. And then we ask each mayor to develop over the course of the academy one concrete initiative. And that initiative, many of you have already identified what your priority is, and you will elaborate and refine it over the course of the academy with the learnings from each of the modules. Next slide. And then at the end, at the graduation, you will have a fully refined initiative that will incorporate feedback from experts, both through the modules, but also tailored feedback that we will identify and schedule for you specific to your initiative, and whether it be on waste management or digitalization or urban planning. We will identify experts to provide you feedback on your initiatives at various stages throughout the course of the program. We expect that these initiatives will be concrete and actionable. We ask that you identify evidence, that you identify the policies and regulations that would be impacted or needed to be modified or implemented. We ask that you identify resilience approaches so that this is a sustainable initiative. And then we ask that you identify financing opportunities, how you will essentially fund this initiative. And we ask specifically for an implementation timeline so that this has some clear steps forward coming out of the academy that allows you to seamlessly plan your implementation. Next slide. So we'll ask that each of you identify your challenge, your initiative by the 9th of June. And we'll review those initiatives between June and July. And then again, periodically, you will update those initiatives and have feedback calls with experts. And then the final submission of those initiatives will be late August and into September. This is a requirement for graduation, that you develop an initiative, you incorporate the learnings from each of the modules, and you have something that is concrete that you can take back to your community for implementation. We do also ask that over the course of the academy, that initiative is not just something that is brought through the academy only, but that you engage your community, because stakeholder engagement in all of these initiatives is especially important, and you'll hear more about that over the course of the curriculum. Next slide. And I've already introduced essentially many of the thematic priorities that you've identified, and you see your cities represented here, whether it be on integrated and sustainable planning, on climate resilience and blue-green infrastructure, circular economy, waste management and environment, or digital solutions and smart governance. Many of the initiatives will be intersections across those themes or sub-themes. But again, we will identify expertise and assist you along the way so that those initiatives can become real at the end. And then the next slide, finally, if you attend all of the classes, if you do the homework, if you participate and develop your initiative, you will graduate from the academy with a certificate of completion that is issued by all of the partners and is something that will be distributed or presented to you at a ceremony to be arranged again, either September, October, after completion of all of the modules. And that is the quick overview of the Academy and the program, but you'll hear more about it again over the course of the remainder of this session and into the coming modules. Claudia, back over to you. I think we have a short break.
Yes, thank you very much, Cart. And just before the short break, I see that the Mayor Chan from Lapu-Lapu has joined. So I wanted to see if she's with us and would like to introduce herself. Hi, Mayor Cynthia Chan. Are you with us? Maybe not. So in that case, we are proposing, as we're running a bit late, to have a 5 minutes break instead of 10 minutes one. Hence, meeting again at, or actually we can reconvene at 12:55 if it's okay with everyone. Thank you for updating that. So we can continue with the second part of this module. So we reconvene at 12:55. Thank you. We have hit the short break time, so many of you, I guess, will be coming back in the next couple of minutes. But in the meantime, I wanted to see once again if the mayor from Lapu-Lapu will be available to share some short remarks. Hello, Mayor, welcome. We will be...
Yes, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. We would be really keen to hear what is unique about Lapu-Lapu and your motivation to join the Academy.
So yes, good afternoon to our partners from UN Habitat and the UN Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific, and to my fellow mayors from across the Asia-Pacific region. So my name is Maria Cynthia or Cindy Chan, the mayor of Lapu-Lapu City, Cebu in the Philippines. My journey in public service implementation. Before serving as mayor, I represented our lone district in the Philippine House of Representatives. During my time in Congress, my focus was on creating a legislative framework that protected our city's identity as a global tourism hub while securing social safety nets for our workers. One of my proudest moments or milestone was institutionalizing the status of Lapu-Lapu as a priority tourism development area, which allowed us to bridge the gap between national policy and local economic growth. Now, as mayor, my challenge is to turn those legislative ideals into resilient urban realities. Lapu-Lapu is an island city situated in the front lines of climate change and rapid urbanization. I joined this academy because I believe that the future of Asian cities lies in inclusive resilience. We are currently balancing the demands of being a primary gateway to the Philippines with the necessity of protecting our marine environment, our historical heritage. I am listen, share the story of our people, and to find new ways to lead them with both heart and compassion. And I look forward to our journey together and to meaningful initiatives we will develop through this academy. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you very much, and welcome to the Academy. We look forward to hearing more about your experience and facilitating this exchange with the rest of the mayors. Thank you. And
Thank you.
Thank you. With that now, we are starting with after all the introductions, more with the content of Module 1, which is on Cities 2030, Leadership in Planning, Managing, and Financing Sustainable Urban Development. We will look into global development agendas, the review of some regional trends when it comes to urbanization as well as localization. To start with, I will give the floor to Dr. Mahesti Yokitasari from the United Nations University. to present or to give us an introduction on the future of Asian and the Pacific cities. Dear Oki, due to time constraints, we will kindly ask if you can keep your presentation brief. Thank you so
very
much.
much. Thank you very much, Claudia. I'll try to make it within 5 minutes, I think. Next slide, please. So on the behalf of the Academy, particularly the faculties, I would like to introduce this flagship report, The Future of Asian and the Pacific Cities, Crisis Resilient Futures, which was published in 2023, which is basically the textbook throughout the Academy. I understood that the ESCAP and UN Habitat colleagues are currently preparing the 2027 version of the report. So hopefully we'll hear a bit more throughout the course of the module this year. So the book is our textbook is actually designed to support both national and local governments in long-term planning and inclusive decision making to make the cities more resilient and sustainable. Next slide, please. So there are 4 key thematic areas in the book, which actually the basic of how our module 3 to 6 are organized. This is the first one in urban and territorial planning. Second one is on resilient and multi-level climate actions. The third one is digital transformation in cities. I recall some of the mayors during your introductions, you did mention about digital transformations as part of your priority in the city. In your city, and the last one is on urban finance for sustainable developments. So going through the report, I encourage you to look at it before our next sessions in 2 weeks. You find that each area is actually supported by very informative case studies and comparative analysis that actually help you understand the similarities, differences, and practices across various city typologies, and hopefully you find innovative examples that call to the type of the cities that you are leading. Next slide, please. So on the urban and territorial planning, the discussions in the book is actually focused on the interconnected networks of systems within cities and the benefit of creating a policy environments that support transformative urban planning, which can improve the quality of life of your citizens. On the chapter on resilient multi-level climate actions, the book offers strategies to advance low carbon resilient urban futures. I just recall Mayor Cindy from Lapu-Lapu that mentions that her coastal cities or island cities is actually looking forward to building a much more resilient cities from the climate change. So I guess this chapter on the resilient multi-level climate actions will really can help you to materialize that strategy. Next slide, please. So on urban digital transformations, the idea of the chapters is to further emphasize on inclusivity, accessibility, and equitable distributions of the digital technologies, particularly on area with limited infrastructure and resources. I recall many of our mayors coming from small scale and remote areas. So hopefully this is something that you can consider as part of your innovations. I think initiative, and in the module 5th, we are going to talk a lot about these digital transformations in cities. And the last chapter, but not least, is urban finance for sustainable development, is where we explore the financial strategies that cities can effectively apply beyond the traditional municipal finance. So there are financing mechanisms that can support larger infrastructure, for example, like transportations and housing projects. Next slide, please. So the entire report is available online. So after the sessions, like I mentioned, we hope that you have time to get familiarized with the report and then to explore its policy pathway before the next sessions in 2 weeks. Thank you. Back to you, Claudia. Should I move forward right with the scenario exercise?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, so this is the first scenario exercise, and you'll get more throughout the modules, because each of the module you have exercise, and just for today we would like you to get familiar with it. So today I will facilitate the scenario exercise with Dr. Fernando Ortiz Moya. Fernando, if you were
Yes,
here.
yeah, I was waving, I was muted. Hello, everybody. Very nice to meet you. Thank you, Oki.
So yeah, we'll be dividing, putting mayors into different breakout groups. Basically, we will ask you to either be part of the scenario one, which is talking about waste management, and the other one is on the scenario two about natural disaster and climate resilience, which Fernando will be facilitating. The main idea is to get familiar with the scenario exercise, and especially share, because this is a scenario, so it's not necessarily directly relevant to your cities, but we would like you to put yourself in the shoe of the mayors who's facing, for example, waste management problems or natural disasters issues. And we would like you to share your executive actions that what would you like to take as a mayor. This is beyond your, this is within your mandates. So I think we have around, I believe, maybe 20 to 25 minutes, and then before we read back. So as Claudia mentioned in the chat, also for the mayors or the supporting officers from the cities to access the Miro link, Miro board for the discussions. So I'll let the technical colleague to divide us into.
Thank you very much, Oki, for introducing the exercise. And indeed, we are going to be moved to two different breakout rooms. My colleagues are working on that, and we have also shared the link to the Miro board. After 20 minutes, we will be brought back to the to this main room.
Yes, and that will be ask me one of the mayors as a representative to report back to the plenaries. So please keep your videos on during the discussions as much as possible.
And now you should be seeing the invitation to join one of the rooms. You should click in join. For those partners of the Academy who are not assigned to any of the rooms, feel free to join the one that interests you the most, whether the one on waste management or the one on natural disasters and climate resilience. See you after 20 minutes. Have a good exercise.
Welcome back. I didn't be really running behind the schedules, and we were not able to decide who is going to report back. So I take the executive actions to ask Mayor Sanar to as a rapporteur for our breakout sessions. Mayor Sanar. Maybe she's not there. I'll hand back to Fernando. You go first if you ready.
Yes,
Yes?
yes, we didn't get to
That's
second mayor, so I was gonna do it on behalf of the mayors this time to show that it's a very informal reporting and that there is no issue to be shy or to not talk. So maybe we can do this like this time.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, so just to be very briefly, we were in our breakout room discussing about disaster risk reduction and using the hypothetical case of a flooding issue. And you all know that due to climate change, the frequency and intensity of flooding is increasing due to heavy rains, typhoon, etc. So when thinking on how to address this, I think the overall consensus or the common thread bringing the participations from all majors was to try to think how to minimize cost and how to prevent and address the disaster before it happens. So we have been talking about creating maps for where are the most disaster vulnerable areas, the low-lying lands, as well as creating programs for recycling and as well as how to dispose of cooking oils that can sometimes clog sewage and prevent the actual drainage during the event. So trying to address the flooding before they happen. There was another important point that sometimes it's good when thinking who to engage is, of course, engaging the communities, bringing education to them, and also capitalizing in the knowledge of the elderly. Sometimes the people that has been living in the community for long and our elders know better about the areas, what part has been prone to flooding based on their years of experience. So I think it's important. And they were mentioning in particular, they also was able to fact check to say in a way that this knowledge with science, once like the result of the more scientific approach and the knowledge of the elders were similar. So it's always very important to capitalize in the existing knowledge in the communities. So overall, I think we had a very illustrative, informative conversation, and I learned a lot about how mayors are thinking about this issue. So back to you, Oki.
Thank you, Fernando. So, also for the interest of time, perhaps I just share the notes that I have regarding on the waste crisis scenario in cities. So, Mayor said that some implement immediate waste management measures, for example, creating a task force. The other one is to immediately impose segregation waste at source. Then also, Mayor did mention a lot of within their executive actions is to foster partnership with the private sectors or even with the academia to set up helping strengthen the regulatory framework, and also across the mayors, they did mentions about enhancing public awareness and education, whether it's through school or other means like barangay council. And then to make informed decisions, mayors did mentions that immediately they will deploy the city officers to collect information on comprehensive waste assessment as well as environmental impact analysis and the community needs assessments, because a different community may need different waste strategies. I think that's all from my end. As similar is also very engaging and insightful discussion from the mayors. I'll hand over back to you, Claudia. Thank you.
Thank you very much to both the two reporters from its breakout room. At least in the room that I was attending in the first one, there was an engaging discussion. There were many ideas, and it's a bit inevitable to connect the situation back to the realities of the mayors. So thank you for that, and we hope that you found this moment of interaction amongst each other as interesting as we did. And we also take note of your comments. We have taken note of your comments in the Miro board. We will be using the subsequent tables in the Miro board for future modules. So at the end of the academic experience, we will have all your inputs in the same Miro. Thank you once again, Oki and Fernando, for facilitating the exercise. And now we are moving ahead to the next presentation. And in this case, it's the presentation on the Global Development Frameworks, an introduction to what they are. And I think Marina is with us. I cannot see her on the screen.
I am Clau. Hi.
Hi,
I'm
Marina.
here.
Welcome, Marina.
Thank you.
Marina is an associate
Thank you.
expert from the Digitalization and Governance section of UN Habitat and will guide us through this presentation. Due to time constraints, Marina, we will appreciate if you can keep your presentation in between 5 to 7 minutes. Thank you very much.
Of course, thank you so much. Unfortunately, I'm not able to turn on my camera, so I've been trying. It's not working. I will move forward as such since there's the presentation on the screen anyway. So as Claudia already mentioned, honorable mayors, I am sure you are already very familiar to the Global Development Framework, so we will use this session mostly as a refresher session. Let's move on to the next slide. And here we want to talk about the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development that was developed through extensive negotiations involving a variety of stakeholders on multiple levels. We witnessed a series of development frameworks that came along after it to support its implementation and commitment of countries towards the implementation of this agenda. We have the Paris Agreement, which is related to climate change, the Sendai Framework about disaster risk reduction, the New Urban Agenda on Urban Development, and the Addis Ababa Action Agenda that is related to financing for development. Now, the countries commit to these frameworks in order to set specific targets that help them in achieving the SDGs by 2030. Let's move on to the Paris Agreement. Governments today really need to address climate change in an urgent manner, especially that we are feeling its impacts all over the world. Following the Kyoto Protocol, the Paris Agreement was adopted in 2015, and it was signed by 197 parties, which says a lot about the commitment of countries on addressing climate change and mitigation and adaptation actions. Today, we aim to limit global warming to below 2 degrees Celsius, and actually the implementation and adaptation to local needs is one of the biggest challenges because it comes with a lot of commitment, with a lot of action, with a lot of financing needed. And so this is why we need to really have a collective vision towards addressing climate change in a very holistic way. Key objectives are to work on mitigation, adaptation, finance, and transparency, so monitoring, evaluation, and reporting. Moving on to the 2030 Agenda and the SDGs. The 2030 Agenda is actually translated into 17 SDGs that have to be achieved globally within 15 years. Each have several targets with a set of indicators. They are universal, integrated, and indivisible. They are cross-cutting. The adoption of the SDGs is non-binding, is obligatory, but a lot of countries, 193 actually UN member states, adopted it in September 2015, and the implementation period is from 2016 to 2030. So as you can see, we have 17 development goals that I am sure you have already been working on or addressing within your cities. They are formed on 3 pillars. If we can move to the next slide. They address economy, society, and environment. And they are all cross-cutting in nature. So when we work on one SDG, we are definitely targeting other SDGs and other pillars within that diagram, as you can see. But all of the SDGs are connected by one, that is SDG 17 on partnerships. Partnerships are crucial in order to achieve sustainable development, ownership of initiatives, and so on. Moving forward, if we want to look at a regional snapshot for Asia and the Pacific, next slide, please. We can see that the Asia and Pacific Forum for Sustainable Development, we had the launch of the Asia Pacific SDG Progress Report prepared by ESCAP colleagues. I will share the link in the chat so you can read it at your own time. Okay, so from this report, we can see that the region, at its current pace and business as usual, is far away from achieving all 17 SDGs that we would like to achieve by 2030. And based on the report, we still need 32 years in order to come close to achieving these targets, which will mean that achieving these targets will not happen before 2062. So we are really at risk of missing the target on the majority of SDGs, but we are also witnessing a regression in SDG 13, which is the one related to climate action. And we recognize that over half of SDG indicators do not have sufficient data, especially when we talk about SDG 5 related to gender equality and SDG 16 related to peace, justice, and strong institutions. So today we need to really share, connect, exchange knowledge, and see how we can move forward in addressing these targets, working on setting specific objectives and trying as much as possible to work on them, while we try as much as possible also to work on cross-cutting issues. Now, what is the link between SDGs and cities? If we can move on to the next slide, please. As leaders of your respective cities, the SDGs that you have been most exposed to probably is SDG 11 that explicitly acknowledges the importance of cities in pursuit of sustainability. How do we make our cities more suitable for people, more suitable for well-being, that foster prosperity, foster economic development, health, education? So the city itself hosts most of the SDGs and can be the hub for those, while focusing on SDG 11. So cities' main role is provision of urban basic services such as infrastructure, housing, energy, sanitation as one critical dimension. But we also look at our ecosystem, natural resources, land, water, air as a complementary dimension to that. And when we want to think about development today, we need to also think about the climate and environmental impacts of the actions we are taking and the development, let's say, strategies that we are developing need to take into consideration and the environmental impacts, the social impacts, and all of those in order to truly achieve sustainable development. Across Asia and the Pacific region, if we can move on to the next slide, sorry. Asia accounts for half of the global food market, as 3/4 of vegetables are produced in Asia. If we take Southeast Asia as an example, food production, which is also incredibly energy and water intensive, contributes to 30% of greenhouse gas emissions and 80% of deforestation. So as you can see, in a region that already accounts for more than 60% of urban dwellers, the significant impacts that cities have, be it related to energy and food consumption or water usage or attitudes to waste, those have a very big impact on the environment, and we truly need to look at actions to take, in order to reduce these emissions, in order to mitigate climate impacts, but also couple that with adaptation actions that need to be implemented as well in order to reduce the impacts negatively on people's well-being. Now, thinking about all of that, we need to think about our role in localizing. Why is it important to localize effort, to localize global development frameworks that are actually global in their nature? So let's see what our role, like as local development actors at the end of the day, as local authorities, is in localizing this agenda. If we can move on to the next slide, please. So localizing, what does it mean? It means planning and implementing local action guided by normative principles of the 2030 agenda. So we have the global principles that we need to adapt to our context, to our realities. Defining and aligning local goals, targets, and indicators with national and global SDG frameworks and integrating them into local planning and action. This means that we truly need to connect, see what we have on a national level, what enabling environment we are in, and accordingly the realities we have at the local level, and then trying to find the gaps to address and the links to do and to build on. So we need to identify gaps and opportunities. At the end, we need to determine the means of implementation for local action. What is needed for me to adapt these strategies, to adapt these objectives, to actually implement them, So this includes finance, capacity development, participatory processes, data monitoring, integrated planning. So moving on to the next one, please. We will see. I will also skip that. I will skip this slide and go on to the next one also. Sorry. There is a series of slides that is not here. So, okay, let's talk here then. What I want to mention is that localization is an ecosystem. We have the global framework that comes from the 2030 agenda and the local 2030 coalition that works on global guidelines for localizing SDGs. Then we have the national frameworks that UN Habitat is working on, that are the national SDG localization frameworks that support governments in localizing the SDGs on a national level, creating national strategies to localize the SDGs. And then we also have the local level action that mayors are mostly responsible for and actors, main champions for, is the SDG cities approach from UN Habitat side that is on the local level. How do we collect data? How do we use this data to plan? And how do we use these plans to develop project pipelines and finance them and attract investment that drives prosperity and sustainable development? So we have three main actions, that is data, planning, and investment. And based on that, we can fast track and reach sustainable development. We have a very strong tool that we use that is called the action-oriented voluntary local reviews that I am sure you are already aware of. This tool is actually fast tracking the planning process and the strategic vision of local actors in order to be able to develop project pipelines that are owned by multiple stakeholders, by the local level, and can drive sustainable development forward and can attract investment as well. So based on that, we can see how important the role is of cities in actually achieving the SDGs. We need to also mention that across all levels of localization, data planning, and investment, capacity building is crucial. It is all across multi-level governance and is also crucial. Multi-stakeholder approaches are crucial. So in order to achieve ownership and sustainability, we need to include everyone from all levels, understand all realities, and include them in our planning. Last but not least, we need to monitor and evaluate, set clear indicators, clear targets and indicators that we can actually monitor and assess. that are tangible in order to see where we are from this planning process that we developed. I will stop here because I know we are very short on time. Please let me know if you have any questions.
Thank you very much, Marina, for this informative presentation, sharing what are the global frameworks and also some ideas on how to use them for the local contexts. Just opening the floor and seeing if there is any particular question for Marina on this presentation. I don't see any request. So let's move to the next point. Due to the time constraints, as we are coming to very close to the 2 p.m. Bangkok time, we are going to skip the presentation on the overview of regional trends and challenges, but we will share with you these slides. And hopefully we will find another moment to touch base on the key messages from the presentation. And we are moving directly to the overview for our next session. Module 2 is going to be about navigating a multi-crisis context, key approaches for addressing multiple crises. And Liz Villegas from UCSD ASPAC is going to share with us an introduction, a quick snapshot on what we'll be reviewing next. Thank you, Liz, and over to you.
Thank you, Claudia. If we can move over to the next slide. This will be very, very brief. The cities and municipalities of today are confronted with interconnected crises, which necessitates innovative solutions. Module 2 on navigating a multi-crisis context will introduce key approaches and initiatives that address the triple planetary crisis, including climate change, pollution, and biodiversity loss. So, that's it basically, and we look forward to having you at the next module in 2 weeks. Thank you. And back to you, Claudia.
Thank you, Liz. That was quick. Thanks. So then coming to the end of the session, and it seems we are going to end in time. So congratulations to all of us. I will hand over to Dr. Jing Ju, Senior Human Settlements Officer from UN Habitat, to share with us some closing reflections.
Excellencies, dear colleagues, good afternoon. Congratulations to all of you to complete this first module on embarking our journey of the path of the mayor academic of sustainable development. I hope that you have enjoyed meeting your peer over the course of this module. Understanding what makes your city equality among the initiatives which we are leading in your cities, especially in the area of the waste management and climate resilience. Our region faces shared challenges across the countries and is home to 60% of the world urban population. It remains the most disaster-affected region globally, while also confront aging population, persistence inequality, and waste management challenges. Initiation in the one place can spare price in others. Today, we are embarked on the first track path and the learning pathway to unlock new opportunities. Let's meet courage to maintain an open mind, embarking innovation and even inconvenient idea. We have heard from your many delicious cuisine, which I hope we can get to dine and appreciate. In closing, together with the partners of the ESCAP, UN Habitat, UCLG, ESCAP, UN-US, and the IGES, we look forward to support you and your academic experience over the next 6 months and beyond. Thank you to all mayors and your active participations, to the module facilitator, and to the behind the screen team who made the section possible. Thank you.
Thank you, Jing, for closing this session. And once again, thank you to all the partners who have been facilitating different parts of this first module. And thank you to all the honorable mayors who have been with us throughout the session, as well as their supporting teams. We look forward to seeing you all again for Module 2 on the 12th of May. And we will be in touch with you to share the PowerPoint presentations, the group photo, as well as the recording of this module, and also to share some more information about Module 2. So we will be in touch very soon. And thank you once again for your active participation.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Have a good day. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
you.
Goodbye.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone.